Herbert Spencer, as one of the big thinkers in the development of British sociology, he is considered as an evolutionist as well as a functionalist. So he is talking about the evolution of society. Societies move, develop in an evolutionary kind of way. And that when he talks about evolution, he is talking about the adaptation of, let's say, individuals, the groups, and the societies with the environment. And in the process of this adaptation, some units or some individuals or some groups can have a better, let's say, position with respect to the survival, while others may not be that way. So in this process of evolution, only those groups or individuals or societies survive which are, let us say, the best, the fittest kind of individuals or groups or societies. Therefore, he is talking about the survival of the fittest. So let this process of, let's say, adaptation take its natural course, rather than we should talk about the introducing some reforms in the society. When we talk about reforms, these reforms might come from different organizations or from the government. So he was not a supporter of social reforms as it was with respect to Auguste Comte. So state should not intervene in individual affairs. So let social life evolve free of external, let's say, control. So he was focusing on natural kind of process of development or growth of societies or the evolution of societies. And his focus appears to be on naturalism. And that naturalism he wanted to, let's say, study by following empirical kind of approach. So he was concerned with the overall structure of the society. Now, the society, when we look at it, might be composed of different institutions, different structures. And these institutions, these structures themselves also go through the process of evolution. These might be an institution of family or institution of economy or polity. All these things follow the same kind of approach. So in this process, we see that these structures are interdependent on each other. So there is interrelationship of the parts. Each part performs a function as well as the whole system performs the function. These parts contribute to the overall survival of the system. So that is how he looks at this evolution, which might be considered as a continuous kind of process, rather than what Comte talked about 3 stages in the evolution of the society, where he talked about the theological stage and the metaphysical and the positivistic kind of stage. So when he is talking about the evolution of society, development of the society, he considers that societies evolve from small to big in size. Now, from small to big in size can be from the multiplication of the society in itself, the birth of the new members in the society through the process of reproduction. So that could lead to increase in the size of the group. we might call it as multiplication kind of approach. So that is how it becomes bigger in size, and also larger and more differentiated social structures, as we see that with the change there is more and more differentiation. The other thing is that he is talking about the growth of the societies, in addition to the multiplication, might be union of groups by, let's say, uniting with other group, bringing other groups within the, let's say, domain of that particular society, by unifying more and more adjoining groups. So this might be considered as moving from simple to compound to doubly compound, and then further compounding itself. He also mentions about the militant and industrial kind of societies as part of the process of this evolution. So militant approach was of the olden times, whereas industrial approach is of the modern times. In the industrial approach, we talk about peace, we talk about reforms, we talk about helping each other, and that is how he talks about the evolution of societies.